On this episode of Carnival Eats, I get my fill in Florida and make a mess in Texas.
We got to keep this party popping.
You bite into it, it's like...
That is a big boy bite.
Your pleasure on a stick.
Try to eat it.
Try. Welcome to Carnival Eats. I'm Noah Cap, and today we're in sparkling Crystal River for the Florida Manatee Festival. These gentle giants are known for their peaceful manner and their big appetite, so we already share a couple things in common. People come from across the state to see these beautiful animals in their natural habitat. So while they're down here checking that out, why don't we head back to the fair, get a head start on some food. Bayou Billy is a carnival legend. For decades, he's been giving the people what they want. His authentic Louisiana home cooking. And today, he's piling it on with the Billy Buster. If there was actually a way to have too much, this would probably be on the poster.
Agreed.
The steak, the sausage, the chicken.
It's busting off the plate.
Try to eat it.
Try. The early bird catches the worm. So we're here at the crack of dawn to get things rolling. It is bright and early. It's pitch black out because they're too busy during the day. We're here to help you out.
That's good.
And by help you out, I mean make you make some of the food a little bit earlier so that I can eat it. The Billy Buster, you wonder why it's called that until the first millisecond that your eyes see it.
You get 7 pounds.
7 pounds.
7 pounds. We fill up that plate until it starts to fall off, and that's how we figure out what goes on it.
This thing starts right here at the grill.
This is andouille sausage.
Oh, yeah. Andouille sausage made with pork and smoked to perfection is a staple of Creole cuisine.
When it starts getting black on both sides and it swell up a little bit, you know that's ready. We have some New Orleans steak that is beef tips.
Wow.
And then we take a little of the rustic rub.
Give me a few highlights of what's in that rub.
Sugar, salt, onion powder, paprika, cornstarch, and some garlic powder.
Hit the steak tips with it.
Right.
That rub is already starting to soak in, but we're not done. There's another protein.
Right. Blackened chicken. We use a boneless chicken thigh. We put it on the grill frozen, so when we put the rub on it, it starts to get real warm. On the inside, it starts sucking the rub inside of the meat.
It's caramelizing. It's all the sugar and all that heat is just creating that crusty burnt shell.
Exactly.
Billy, sausage, ready.
Right.
Steak tips.
Check.
Blackened chicken. It's time to build this 7-pound behemoth. And it all starts with a beautiful foundation
Of jambalaya.
This Cajun jambalaya is made with rice, tomatoes, basil, garlic, and Billy's rustic rub.
Putting some chicken on
Come
it.
on now.
But it won't be anything without some steak on top of it.
We got to keep this party popping.
Put you a little ring of sausage.
An entire andouille sausage.
Let's put a little grilled onions on there that has also been flavored with our rustic rub. Cheese sauce on the top of that. Put some diced red peppers on there. This is our hot sauce.
Billy's Cajun hot sauce is made with chilies, garlic, vinegar, and salt.
7 pounds of luscious greatness.
Billy, I'm gonna eat this up.
You sure are.
I mean, there is just so much flavor in every one of these pieces. The sausage compared to the chicken, compared to the steak. There are 3 different tastes, 3 different flavors, 3 different bites, but yet it all kind of works harmoniously in this giant thing. You can take some onion and cheese, hit it with that jambalaya, and the hot sauce is perfect. It brings the tingle, makes you stick around and mingle. I'm busted loose, Billy.
Man, that's good.
I just love everything about it. The chicken, juicy, delicious.
Steak and the rice and the sausage is excellent.
This is really heavy, though. I'm getting a workout.
Kelly is proudly whipping up her family's irresistible cheesecake recipe and giving it a refreshing Florida twist. It's the key lime swirl stick. Key lime, we're in Florida.
It was meant to be.
Can I eat it?
I was gonna ask you the same question.
Oh, no.
Kelly, thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
Today, we're focusing on key lime swirl stick. This has got some classic elements, but it's also got some parts that you wouldn't expect.
It's frozen, salty, sweet, crunchy, and creamy.
Those are the 4 to 5 things I always put on my list, Kelly. We start things off with white chocolate. Once it's melted, it's got a smooth consistency,
perfect for covering the outside of our swirl stick.
We're keeping this in the slow cooker to maintain the warmth.
Right. We have to thin this a little bit because we don't want the bark to be super thick. We add a little oil. I use canola. Put some powdered key lime extract in here.
This is shaping up to be a tasty little treat, Kelly. Now in the building is the headliner. This is your famous homemade key lime cheesecake.
Yes, portable frozen cheesecake. It's sour cream, cream cheese, eggs, butter, sugar, key lime juice, and key lime zest.
And it's on a stick.
Now we're ready to dip.
Full submerge. We're not going halvesies here. This is top to bottom and all around. Into the crushed pistachios.
Absolutely. Raspberry jam.
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
Kelly, anything you want to say to this before it goes away? Too late, I'm eating it.
That's amazing.
The way it's firmed up around the outside is not only a beautiful way to keep all this thing intact, but the contrast of that tougher exterior shell into the smooth sour cream infused cheesecake. Then you add in the crunch of the pistachios, sweet raspberry jam on top. Last but not least, obviously the lime. It's just the perfect amount that you get the taste, the sensation, the experience, but it kind of works as a beautiful symphony. I mean, play me another one.
Oh my God. Whoa.
Whoa, I mean,
Hands off this stuff.
Sweet, and then the nuts just bring it out.
Good. It's pure pleasure on a stick, we're gonna tell you.
Coming up,
I'm enjoying every bit of it.
I love the smell of pretzels in the morning. Welcome back to the Florida Manatee Festival. Now, every year they have fresh fairground flavors on offer, and this next one is a new favorite.
Brett is no stranger to the fairgrounds. His family's pretzel business is famous for reinventing the iconic salty snack. Today, we're having a blast with the OMG Pretzel Bomb.
We drove 4 hours just to try one of these things.
Dude, I'm gonna devour it. This thing's gonna be gone.
So on the menu today is, of course, a pretzel-based product.
Absolutely, all based off our family recipe of dough.
Brett, are you ready to get this thing started?
I'm ready when you are, man.
It all begins at the mixer.
We gotta get our pretzel dough. Put the water in.
This pretzel dough recipe is flour-based. It contains some sugar, but the rest is top secret.
It's ready to go.
Look at that! This is beautiful, man. So we're gonna break off a little piece because each one of these makes an individual bomb.
Yep.
That's a beautiful piece right there.
Flatten a little bit. You wanna roll it out. We're gonna stuff it.
Thanksgiving came early.
We're gonna take a couple pieces of applewood smoked bacon and then beer cheese.
This creamy spread is made with cheddar, garlic, cayenne, and beer.
A little jalapeno. Another layer of bacon on it. Fold it over.
Right.
You wanna make it like a pocket.
We're sealing this thing up.
Cut some of this excess dough off. Now we're ready to dip it.
A bath of water and baking soda is the key to giving our pretzel bomb that signature golden, crispy finish.
Where are we going from here?
In the oven, 550 degrees, 6 minutes. It's ready to go.
Get it out of there. Look at that.
I know, right? Look, it's gorgeous. We're gonna place it over here, put a little butter on it.
From here, what are we doing now?
We're gonna put some beer cheese on top of it. Some more diced up jalapeno, bacon bits, and then Parmesan cheese.
Put that thing in my hands, man. That's an OMG pretzel bomb. Bombs away.
This is amazing.
That pretzel exterior sets the tone for the entire experience. The fact that it's jam-packed with spicy little pieces of jalapeno, salty, thick, crunchy pieces of bacon. The beer cheese just pairs so beautifully with the buttery, salty pretzel goodness. The OMG pretzel bomb. I love the smell of pretzels in the morning.
I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Taste the cheese, the spiciness, everything.
And the pretzel is nice and crisp on the outside.
This is going to be a repeat performance.
Nicole is a fourth-generation concessionaire and the creator of some outrageous Carnival eats. This year, she's debuting a new twist on a traditional Mardi Gras dessert. It's the fried king cake.
I mean, are you even royalty?
No, but after you eat this, you might be.
Sprinkles, colors, this thing looks magical.
This looks like that's something you want to stuff in your mouth.
How do I do this?
Probably with your face. We're making the fried king cake. The traditional version is a cake.
It's like a bundt cake. It was brought over by the French down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
And then you decide, wait, we can take this thing and we can carnivalize it.
Totally.
I think we set the tone. Should we lose these? Maybe we gotta get serious now.
Okay, let's get
You know what
serious.
I mean? It is time It's a fried king cake.
We're gonna make a batter first. So we're gonna start with our liquids. Put our eggs and our milk, melted butter, vanilla. I'm gonna mix this up really good.
Now we're moving over to the dry goodies. What's the order here?
Flour, baking powder, sugar, salt, and some cinnamon. Get this mixing. Add our liquid. We're looking for smooth batter.
Shut her down.
Whoop.
What happens now?
So we're gonna divvy up our batter into 3 bowls.
We add food coloring to each of our bowls. In a traditional king cake, gold symbolizes power, purple symbolizes justice, and green symbolizes faith.
Look at that.
We're gonna fry this king cake.
But what is that can doing in there?
We need a hole in the middle so it looks like a traditional king cake.
This is wild. This is already fun to just look at.
Right? We're gonna flip her over.
Oh!
Yes!
Look at that.
All right, she's ready. Let's get her on the conveyor belt.
Now, our cake travels along this custom-built conveyor belt machine.
We'll let this cool off just a little bit as it goes down the conveyor belt. And then when it gets to the second conveyor belt, it's gonna go through the glazer.
Into the glazing waterfall. So that is just a sugary glaze that is coating this thing.
Isn't that gorgeous? We are going to cover this thing in the colors of Mardi Gras in sugar. Purple sprinkles, yellow sugar, green sugar, and of course, the Mardi Gras baby. Now this symbolizes prosperity, and whoever finds this gets a lucky year.
That's a real tradition.
It's a real tradition, it's a thing.
Please tell me we can go to the part where I eat this.
Let's go.
I'm going right in. It is so puffy, light. I mean, there's just that beautiful waterfall of sugar that's drenched this entire thing. And then last but not least, the addition of the sprinkles. That is delicious. I feel like royalty. That is a big boy bite.
You bite into it, it's like an explosion of fruit. Oh my Lord, that is amazing.
It's like biting into a donut, but 10 times better.
I like it all.
Coming up.
Das ist Wanderburger.
This is really good.
Welcome back to Carnival Eats. Today, we're in Texas for one of the biggest and best events of the fall season, Verse Fest. What started as a simple sausage festival has now turned into a 10-day celebration of all things German culture and, of course, food. Now, you know me, I'm here to find the best of the worst. So, let's hit the fairgrounds.
Brian has been working in the food industry since he was 17. And he knows that at a festival like this one, we just can't save the verse for last. It's his first burger.
Oh my gosh, this thing is a hunk of love. I see it right here.
It's crazy. That's what it is.
I mean, I don't want to ruin the end of this story, but it's the worst. What age did you realize, well, I got a passion for food?
First time I got behind a grill, really. I just kind of like, it just came natural. 7 years ago, got into the food truck business. Bought a food truck, did so well, bought another food truck. And that's where we're on right now.
Let's get this burger fired up.
This is it. Fresh ground chuck, local, 8 ounces. So this seasoning, salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, steak weight. You want a high heat sear on the outside of the patty. Locks in all the juices on the inside. Kielbasa local sausage.
Kielbasa is a staple of Polish cuisine. This one is made locally with pork and is packed with smoky flavor.
2 slices, crispy honey smoked bacon. This is a white bun. It's 5 inches. This is melted butter. We gotta toast it. Fresh grilled onions. Burger's gotta get flipped. Just like that. We gotta flip the bacon too. Sausage. All right, sauerkraut. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Texas tangy barbecue sauce.
Are you gonna tell me what's in that sauce?
Molasses, salt, tomato, brown sugar, pepper jack, cheddar cheese. Now we're going bacon.
Beautiful sausage. The sauerkraut right on top.
Top buttered bun.
That's perfect. Hit it with those caramelized onions.
Bring it all together.
Das ist Wanderburger. Oh, wow. A classic Texas burger with the cheese, the bacon, beautiful Angus chuck, that barbecue sauce, which is just so sweet, so sugary. I mean, it screams Texas. But then you get hit with the additional sausage. That, paired up with the sauerkraut, really brings in that beautiful German infusion and that element. This thing is the verse in the best way possible.
The sauerkraut and the sausage and the cheese. Oh my God, the burger.
This is really good. It makes you want to just go, yeehaw!
The worst burger I've ever had.
Brenda is a retired judge. Now, she rules the food court at Versfest. She's elevating the standard fairground dog to gourmet levels by topping German bratwurst with a combo of sauerkraut and apple pie filling. It's the Dussel dog.
Have you had this before?
No, but it sounds fabulous.
Apple pie and hot dog? How can you go wrong?
You think it makes sense?
Yes.
I mean, when people bite into a Dussel dog, what happens?
Everybody asks the question, what is it?
Yeah.
And those brave enough to try it love it and come back year after year after year.
First step to making a Dussel dog is what?
Bacon drippings.
This is the base of our sauce?
Correct. We call it Dussel sauce. Onions. We're going to caramelize them a little bit.
Man, that's a good smell.
Dried cherries. Just a little tart element to it. Caraway seed. And what's the sausage festival without some sauerkraut?
That's a lot of kraut.
We sell a lot of Dussel dogs.
Fair enough. We're ready for the final ingredient of this sauce, apple pie filling. Oh yeah, that classic combination of apple pie filling and sauerkraut.
All right, now we let it simmer.
This is gonna give us a big enough window now to jump to our next stage, which is, of course,
Pork sausage with garlic from our local meat market.
already been kind of pre-cooking, right?
We steam them a little bit to make sure we get them to the correct temperature to serve. And then we're gonna go to the grill to brown it up and make it beautiful. And then we're gonna flip it over and let it brown on the other side, and then we're gonna call it good.
What do you think over there?
I think it's perfect.
Time to start building this thing.
Correct. We start with our pretzel bun, add a little sausage, Dussel sauce. Garnish it up with some chives.
It's a Dussel dog, it's Versfest. There's only one way to be a part of it.
Dive in.
See you on the other side, Brenda. I don't want to make you sit there and wonder. It's good. It is combinations and flavors that you've never experienced before. It's the sauerkraut that has such a brininess, but balanced out perfectly by over-the-top, plump, sweet, juicy, sugary apples. It harmoniously creates a little bit of a new experience. A beautiful German dog hit with garlic and pork, crisp it up perfectly, pops of full-blown cherries. How you've been able to put that all into one place and convince people to not only have one, but to come back year after year and do it again, that, Brenda, is the magic of Versfest.
It's sweet and salty at the same time.
The apple kind of balances it out a little bit.
Really, really freaking good.
Coming up,
That is gorgeous. Oh, I'm going in. For over 50 years, Versfest has been the perfect balance of old world charm and Texas hospitality. And now it's time to see what our next vendor has on offer.
when Dwayne isn't singing barbershop, he creates amazing malt shop sweets. He's taken inspiration from the classic German Black Forest cake, a chocolate sponge cake layered with whipped cream and cherries, and found perfect harmony with his Black Forest float.
It's a float, and who doesn't love floats?
It was worth skipping a few rounds of beer today.
You guys are not only serving up classic feel-good kind of malt shop treats, but you've got some new age kind of remixes as well. Like this float that we're making today, they weren't doing that in the 50s.
No, they weren't. It's kind of a mix between our sundae, and we turned it into a float.
Right.
The reaction with the chocolate and biting into one of those juicy cherries is pretty phenomenal.
We're officially off to the races.
To try? Well, we use a base of cola,
Right.
a half a cup,
Classic. You got to start a float with it.
2 scoops of ice cream, vanilla, so a scoop of cherries. It's pie filling, a little bit of chocolate syrup drizzled on, fresh real whipped cream. Can't get enough chocolate, so going to do some dark chocolate shavings next. A little bit of coconut.
Of course, the addition
Of the cherry. Isn't that beautiful?
that is gorgeous.
I think it's got your name on it.
Oh, I'm going in. Oh, we are. I mean, you take one sip, you get that vanilla ice cream just soaking, melting into all that cola. It's kind of creating a brand new flavor. The sweetness and the pop of the cherry in that pie filling, it is awesome. The coconut makes an appearance, those shaved chocolate pieces, and of course the chocolate sauce, which is just soaking down into this whole thing. And as it's melting, it's only getting better.
Getting better.
And then you can try it with a spoon.
That's not bad either.
That's That's awesome.
I've been having floats for 65 years and counting. This is one of the best ones I've ever had.
Sweetness of the cherry, getting cut up by the soda. It's just a cup full of yum.
I am stuffed. From that Billy Buster to the fried king cake and the Wurst burger to the Dusseldog. It's a menu that's music to my ears.
On Carnival Eats.